Namaskar. How are you, my dear friends? This is our second interaction on this YouTube channel, krishnaraospeaks. Now, in the introductory part, wherein I introduced myself, and after that, I was very eagerly waiting for your responses and also comments. I received a few comments from my audience and also subscriptions. Thankful to everyone who listened to me patiently. Now, this channel is not an entertaining channel. This is not meant for any amusement or creating fun or frolic. In fact, on this channel, both of us will be inquiring into the nature of life and living. Now, basically, this is to light up the spirit of inquiry. We are going to ignite the spark of inquiry, examining our life, and bring whatever changes that are required to lead a meaningful, holistic life and holistic living. Now, you may get a doubt, does it mean to say that man is not leading a holistic life, a comprehensive life? Yes, my dear friends, we are living life very casually without paying much attention to what we do. We don't pay proper attention to adequate attention, and also we never give adequate responses to the challenges of life. We get panicked or we rush to people seeking their advice. Now, most of the time, mankind is misled. Mankind has been misled time and again because the person whom you approach, now, what makes you think that that person is going to guide you, lead you? He may mislead you also. Very often it happens. Suppose when you are misled by a wrong suggestion or wrong counseling, now how would you correct it? Because you suffer anyhow by following that suggestion, by following that advice. I'm not speaking about medical advice. Even when we have any ailment, we should go to a good doctor, a non commercial doctor, a doctor with a human face. Otherwise, he may misguide us, he may mislead us. Very often it happens. Now, here, what we do is both of us, we try to discover sincerely, we put in efforts to discover life in its totality. All the facets of life will be joined together and we understand it, life as a whole, not in bits and pieces, not in tiny fragments, but a synthetic whole wherein we look at it very comprehensively. It is something like understanding your home, not looking at the furniture or the bedrooms you have, but as a dwelling place, as a living area wherein you have people. So, home is a place wherein you understand not only the physical structure of the home, but also people who are living in it, understanding their emotions, understanding their reactions, responses, interactions. By that, nothing happens, nothing undesirable happens in that home. So, in this discovery, to discover something on your own, you don't subscribe to any formal structure of ideology or doctrine or any organized sect or a group, because when you join a group, when you subscribe to a group, when you are a part and parcel of a group, already you are under influence of that group. And you deny and also keep the other groups away from you. You don't allow them to come near to you. That leads to friction, that leads to conflict. That is what is happening in the world. A person belonging to a religion does not subscribe to or even lends a patient hearing or listening to what the other person is trying to communicate. When you don't listen to a person at all, how do you understand the intricacies or the teachings or the meaning of that particular way of life? To understand a way of living, you have to, first of all, give room, give space, provide sufficient space for it to approach you. By that, you are ready to take good things from any corner of the world. That is what is needed. Let good things come from all corners of the world, anywhere and from everyone. And we say that I am prepared to accommodate goodness in me. Anything that is not factional, which is not going to divide me and deprive me of my humaneness. That is, I would like to remain as a human being and understand the problems of my fellow beings. You observe keenly, this is not there in the world. We are so divided into groups, nations, sects on the basis of so many things, you know it, the regional boundaries and the geographical boundaries, the sectarian thoughts, the religious dogmas, and also in the name of nationalism, regionalism, casteism, we are divided. And these divisions, they are always at loggerheads, they are always fighting with each other. So there is never a semblance of peace. There is no peaceful environment in and around us. I am not passing any, what you call it as, sweeping remarks. You can notice it. You can differ with me and you can communicate your voice with me. I am going to listen to you. We are together. You see, the most difficult part in life is togetherness. To live in harmony together. That togetherness includes man and nature, man and society. When I say society, it includes family and also that particular geographical area and the values of those people. Now, what we are going to do, we never subscribe ourselves to a particular myth or dogma or a belief. We are not Gnostics or agnostics. Now, agnostic is one who doesn't believe in the existence of truth or anything that is eternal. Now, on the other hand, a gnostic person is one who believes that there is some esoteric knowledge, something which is very divine and sacred. Now, without joining a group, as this is my life, I would say I devote my life to know on my own, to find out, is there anything called eternal truth, or what is that which is responsible for the expansion of life and which continues in everything, which we call it as consciousness, that which is aware of everything. So when we are aware of everything, there is no division in us, there is no conflict in us. The most beautiful thing in life is not to have any conflict with anybody, with any person or with nature. Now, man is in conflict. That is the reason he doesn't mind destroying his fellow beings and also the nature. You see the repercussions, the result of man's continuous animosity, continuous fight with his fellow beings for the sake of maybe wealth, for the sake of a piece of land, or just to prove that my myth or my belief is superior to your belief. For thousands of years, over a period of millennia, man has been fighting for this. So, our job is to inquire. I may find something, I may not. But the thing is, I am not going to completely surrender myself to a group or to a particular ideology which robs me, which stealthily takes me to inhuman behavior, which draws me towards unholistic living. So, we don't examine any old doctrines or theoretical research based on certain ideas or certain conceptual framework, but as ordinary human beings. I claim myself as a very ordinary human being, and life is a one time opportunity. So, I would like to inquire into the basic questions of life and living. I may find answers to those questions, I may not. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, that inquiry will be mine. All those findings will be mine. I don't blame or I don't appreciate anybody, but being born as a human being with some kind of rationalism and rationality and the intellect to dwell into, to dig deep into the nature of truth and nature of reality, I go in that direction. I am not in a hurry at all. So we are not in a hurry to find truth overnight or in a fraction of a second. My dear friends, we have to make a new beginning. The beginning itself contains the ending also. Anything which begins on a fresh note will eventually end up with a new finding. So let us find, we are on the way to find the truth of life, the actual essence of life, and that gives us fulfillment. Definitely, that keeps the human being in us alive and vibrant. Namaskar.